Some really interesting stuff is going on with Marvel's Avengers right now that seems to have really rocked the boat with a big announcement that was made yesterday, and I guess all in all we've got a lot of stuff to get through in this video, but before I do we've got a really cool sponsor, so let's roll the ad and then we'll continue into the video. So today's video is sponsored by Ace Defender, which is a high quality SRPG masterpiece with tower defense elements. Now the game has the traditional RPG storyline for solo players, plus tower defense, which is a ton of fun. Now, the Expedition, which is the solo player RPG storyline, has 40 chapters and nearly 2,000 levels, which of course is just absolutely insane. Now, in terms of heroes, there are 5 hero factions, and they are Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, and Light. Now, there are 48 heroes at launch, and every 2 weeks there are new heroes, so you can level up, combine heroes, and equip gear to create a powerful lineup for solo, PvE, or even PvP battles. Now, in terms of gameplay modes, I mean 1x, 2x, or 4x gameplay modes to speed up or slow down the action is a thing. Now, with Expedition, like I said, that is solo mode, so that is one of the gameplay modes. Then you got the PvE experience, where you get to explore dungeons and regions and engage in trials, where you can level up your heroes and collect rare items. And then you got your PvP experience within your server, which is the arena, or across servers, which is the King Arena with multiple lineups. Now, new users who download from the link will receive the following. When you hit level 10, which is super easy to do, you'll get 150,000 gold, 700 diamonds, 7 royal recruit tickets, 50 blue plus hero fragments, a rare purple random equip fragments, which is 50 as well, and then lastly a legendary hero sealed bulwark Lipis. So what are you waiting for? Download Ace Defender now through my link in the description below. Okay, so let's just start off with, I'm not even going to go into the marketplace right now. I want to start with the official announcement, which is by Crystal Dynamics, that says, "We are thrilled to add Perfect Dark to our development efforts alongside Marvels Avengers and Tomb Raider." Now, this is basically where a lot of people have just completely gone ahead and said, well, is this good or bad news for Marvel's Avengers? And clearly it is going to be bad news, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, but we already know that right now, and this is probably where I should go ahead and just tie in the whole marketplace real quick, right? Because yesterday the marketplace was pretty interesting. I mean, we got a new redesigned shield for Captain America. That stuff's always good, right? We know that, you know, I guess we're being heard, but we've practically been being heard now for a while. It's just we're going down a completely different road to what we initially wanted to go down. And equally, the biggest thing in the marketplace yesterday was probably the MCU skin for Iron Man. That was another really big thing where it's always 50-50 with this stuff, right? You get people that are either really for the skin, or people that go ahead and pull up the whole previous comics, etc. and it's like, okay, well, this isn't identical to this skin, etc. I guess you can't really win on that one, so I guess you take it how you see it, right? Personally, I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, shout from the rooftop and say, well, this looks absolutely amazing. Sure, overall it is a great skin, but right now content is the biggest thing for this game. So when they made that announcement yesterday, it's basically, we could take it one of two ways, and I think it was Miller actually that I saw on Twitter respond to somebody else on this, which was, it was along the lines of, okay, you could take this in one or two ways, where it's basically being told that, you know, there is a team in place still working on Marvel's Avengers, but that team is basically struggling because there's only so much they can do, right? And they are instructed by the big guys who basically tell them what this game actually needs. Or you can just simply take it on the other hand, which is Crystal Dynamics is working on a brand new game, so simply it's over for Avengers. And at that point it becomes a matter of which decision are you going to go with, right? What option are you choosing? Let me know in the comments below. I guess you could say one or two, right? One being bad and two being bad and all. That's basically the situation we are in right now for this game. Now, to really conclude this, we already know that there was a small team for Marvels Avengers. I mean, we had so many people a matter of months ago just be put onto new projects, etc, etc, and that stuff's always really worrying, not just because you don't have a big enough team, but when you don't have a big enough team, you know, things don't get done as quick as you would like them to get done. And equally, I mean, how many ideas can the same team continue to bounce around and then go and get approval, etc, etc. So then it's like, okay, there needs to be somebody that's still really heavily involved in the community, which there is, right? Because as far as I'm aware, Andy is still extremely active in the community. So we know that there is someone present hearing what's going on and, you know, people's faults, etc, etc. But it still does not solve the problem, because the game is heavily reliant on the marketplace, and they do situations like where, okay, a great example in fact would be the 4 takedown. I'm not gonna lie, it was a wrestling takedown. Did I like it? Yes, absolutely. But right now it comes down to the question of, okay, that stuff's really cool and I would love to go ahead and get it, but does it really solve the overall problem with the game? Now, right now, we've already all come to the conclusion. When I say all, I mean practically people that really still love this game, me being one of them, right? But just coming to the acceptance that, okay, well, after the Spider-Man DLC, what on earth is going to happen with this game? And that's the really big worrying aspect of it all, because again, it goes back to the team scenario. If there's not a big enough team, that means there's not, I guess, big enough funding anymore towards this project. And then if they're taking another project on, I mean, come on, it's not rocket science to really put this stuff together. Okay, you've just literally got to take a look at it and say, well, right, okay, I'm gonna take this how I want to take it. But equally, you cannot be oblivious to the fact that it's, I mean, look, it's business, right? We have to see that they're just taking a look at it from a revenue perspective, and it's the devs that have the passion for the game equally as well, but they're capped at what they can do, and that's the sad truth about the entire scenario. But that's where we are right now with the update. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing the new content that will become, well, literally in a matter of what, a couple of weeks, hopefully we will see new content be coming into the game. But still, it doesn't solve the problem. It just doesn't solve the problem, because what happens after the Spider-Man DLC, that's where the big scenario is going to be. And I think at that point, it's going to be one of two things where you can say, you know what, well, clearly, you know, the game did almost make a comeback, but simply because it's a live service game and they're really relying on microtransactions, that's the reason it didn't work. Or I guess you can kind of leave something to where it's not entirely boring and, you know, players are leaving left, right and center, and ultimately just go on a good note. And when I say that, I mean, like, you know, Crystal Dynamics just saying, okay, well, look, this is what we have planned. It is interesting content, and then after that, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with the game. Like, that stuff ending on a good note is always way more better than just dragging something on, in my opinion, to where there's no sort of clear sense of direction. But hopefully this stuff made sense to you guys, and you can see where I'm coming from as well, because I guess you just got to look at it from how do you feel about the game. And everyone knows it's the only Marvels Avengers game we're going to get for a long time, so we're really trying to make it the game we all want it to be. But either way, I think the marketplace from yesterday was really cool anyway. I just think right now we're in a really weird situation. But hey, let me know in the comments below how you feel about that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day. Don't forget to check out today's sponsor, the link is in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, adios amigos.